Alright, here we go. Everybody ready? Let's go kick Golbez's ass. Hurrying flavor. But first, we're gonna go eat curry, apparently. Ignomus, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news of from old Charlayan? We've yet to hear from Ishtola regarding her search for a means to return to the void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Estinian has such an excess of energy that he has been helping train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero, is something the matter? No, Magnarmus paid us a visit. It's always apprising him of recent developments, or lack thereof. Are you headed somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Would you like to come? Rare but most welcome invitation, timely too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. And then, I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. Alright. To the bazaar. It's down here. Yeah, there. Looks like the best bet. Right out here. I'm picking up some more spice. Rid told me to do so before my next visit. Mistress Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. Sisters know we Hanish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the Mayan can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Now then, variety being the spice of life, perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend in with Mistress Zero's usual. It'll help keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. What do we want? Crimson powder, the black corns, the red husks, or the yellow flakes? Let's go with the red husks. The tiny husks give out. Perhaps they will imbue dishes with a zesty note. Alright. Let's just pick one. Doesn't really matter. Ah, that's a fine choice, but don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Here, may wish to observe your reaction. It would be considerate to sample the spice in her presence. God. Reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mistress Zero. And do give Marid my regards. Which one?
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it. There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once. And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time, perhaps. Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
I could have mine a touch milder.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzatan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzatan my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation. And naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak. I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek. What is going on?
What's happening?
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge. Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is... Ah! It burns! It burns!
You
To
agree
better
with the
maintain
elephant.
the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food. However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Ah,
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this. Come. Let's replenish our ether.
everyone else is fainted from the curry. My whole life flashed before my eyes, and it was exhilarating.
I trust you have eaten your fill. I shall have Merid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment. By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
Alright, back to the Megaduda. And we're returning this quest in. Welcome back. It's for Sinian. Yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
I enter.
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks.
And service for
Idle
the
as I
women.
am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
Shall we disrobe as well?
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
At last. We've been looking for you.
My friends! Tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Oriange's assistance.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Azhdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Azhdaya are on the moon of the 13th. Unlike here in the Source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the Source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound. All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th. Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Oriange's counsel.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radzat-Han or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with Harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we
You're
have indeed
understanding wrong.
conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage. The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm. My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the Brand's imprisoning Zodiark. And we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all. May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
They were just talking about how the Exarch originally forcefully teleported us back in Shadowbringers. It's referring to past events and how locations are linked between worlds. The Crystarium's like located in the same spot as Mordona on the other world on the first. Thus meaning, make portal on moon appears on other world. If one and all are ready, then let us set forth. Our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in keeping of the alchemists in High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. Let's go. Crucible. Yes. Apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Ishtola's plan in greater detail. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mare Lamentorum, that we might gain passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Battle. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of Chalakroy's spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of our world. Thus must we seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of Tower Battle itself. You may recall that this portal under the moon was placed under the supervision of the Ulzabard contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe they would not refuse us, so perhaps we would concern ourselves with the ether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source this vast quantity needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. For the airship landing now. This might actually be closer. Let's go. Ethernet, airship landing. All are present and accounted for? Excellent. We shall travel to Charlayan and then seek the nearby Isle of Ham. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of ether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by the way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by ether harvested from the isle. But as you well know, an alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Passage unto Ultima Thule, to the very limits of existence, was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. As such, the Isle of Ham's vast ether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the forum's permission. Yet again, needing permission. Is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear. And as for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, have been officially disbanded, no longer are we recognized as a collective. A somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized, respected body upon which we might prevail, the students of Aldessian. Upon arriving in Charlayan, let us seek our friends at the Annex. Alright, gotta go talk to Ojika Tsunjika. Oh, look, we're already here. Welcome back, Nignormus. What brings you here today, and in such colorful company? Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are coming to seek the students' assistance in a matter of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Kryl. She's in the main hall, sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. Oh, Aaronville's here.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erinville occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guildship business, but rather... homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Ham. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th? Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
You have a knack for finding trouble. If gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession. It's true the Isle of Ham is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission. Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Ham was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
Oh, he's talking about moon dust and portal guns. It's just portal lore, don't worry about it.
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction.
Yeah, he left that comment a while ago, too.
Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charley and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system. You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Crash, is your buddy from RuneScape showing back up?
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Kryl, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Delves to Labyrinthos. I'm taking Phoenix out. I'm taking K-Rat
Right
out
then,
for dinner.
time to put our
after,
best foot forward.
After I finish stream.
Oh. A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance. And what have we here? Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
We get to find out about that when I'm playing on my main character, because I haven't done that yet. So I don't even know about that. That letter. Catching up. To the Charley and Hamlet. Actually, first. After the Charley and Hamlet. Alright, which way? This way over here. That's my visage. So bad. visitors, how delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you've caught me in post-deadline bliss. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok propulsion systems. We should like to know how ether harvested at the Isle of Ham was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. No bother at all. We built special tanks that can store ether just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for ether capacity. A pity we never got to use them. How muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large, we extricated ourselves from a waist-high mire of work, only to end up chin-deep in another. I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? Why, I feel positively functional. I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife edge of failure. Oh god, she's gone nuts. We are glad for you quite. On the subject of ether tanks, do you know what became of them? They took the ether tanks. Now, what did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. But I do remember. Someone who might remember. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't." Very well, we shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret. And do look after thyself. Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. There he is. Oh, it's Kokal. Kokal. It's the guy that loves blowing stuff up. A face that's launched our teeny tiny toy boat. How have you been, Magnanimous? Able to catch a bit of rest? I don't know about the ether tanks, but who in Bargot's name would? Byrogot's name would. Born right in me very own workshop they were. Pleasure as always, Master Kokal. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some. But I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. See, our spaceship ran out of gas and we need them. Just kidding. I see. I think I've got the long and short of it. It goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our ether tanks, then they are at your disposal. There's just one problem. You need the forum's approval to set foot on the Isle of Ham. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out. But that lot can't wipe their arses unless it's in accordance with procedural motions. You may be assured that my backside is immaculate. Balliax thumping thighs are Master Fortunate and Skalak Monteshane. What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The forum has deliberated your petition, and we decided to deliver our verdict directly. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Ham for the purposes of your etheric extraction, on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of ether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you call any such creatures you encounter. That's all. Given the vast amount of ether we seek, I expect a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we did not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Baldessian and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude? We have taken the liberty of arranging our passage to the Isle of Ham. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Then I'd better get those ether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but you should you need anything else, do not hesitate to call. Speak with the captain.
Bound for the Isle of Harm. You look like the ones Master Fortuno told me to expect.
We are off to kick some monster ass, apparently.
You're ready to depart, and so am I. Just say the word.
They called for some exterminators. They're gonna deliver.
Is something the matter?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Forgive me my delay.
Thancred? 'Tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly. Urianger tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee. I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
Now accessible. Here we go. Oh. Alright. We need item level 605, and I'm only 599 in this gear. See if I can fix that real quick. Shut up. That's it. There we go. Off to go grab some gear. What's your item level, Kenji? You got a Have you hit 605 right here? Oh, I needed the other way. In the wrong. Need the way with the market points. There it is. Alright, my worst pieces are gonna be sword. How much is this? Ooh, I can afford it. Equip. There we go, that bumped it up. You gotta get rid of those two if you can afford to. Pants and boots. Oh, there you go. 6. And then the last thing you need is another ring. You should be able to do all Endwalker content. Well, you should be plenty now. Well, you'll need a new gun. We'll get that later. Anyway. Aether Fronts. Polar bear. Oh, that was more polar bears. And come here, street sharks. Let's go. Next pack. Lunge. That quite hit the one. Alright, there we go. Go back and do that slide again. Shout out to your boy J-Rock. That's the samurai in here, huh? Oh, everyone behind him. This. Alright, these are gonna explode, so get away from them. These are gonna explode bigger, so get further away from them. Is it that? He's doing tidal breath. The little ones are going to explode first. That's on that. Following Brandon's boy here. Alright. Bring them all together. To the next one. leap. Do it. And smack it. Now he's gonna do the stomps in a much smaller circle. Here. We have to go this way. Ah, I think I know it's mainly. That's gonna explode, I think. Yep, there it is. And Tank Buster. And off we go. Yes, on that. Yes, on that. Alright, so This one took me a few runs to get on my main character. So, Frank, good luck. You have to deal with so many protruding tentacles of the violating tentacle monster. Kenji's about to star in some hentai. That's gonna be mid wide. Where is there not a tentacle? Ah, right here. This way. Alright, here comes the raid wide again. Good luck, everyone. J-Rock with the limit break. That did some damage. There we go. Got it. And I think Frank only died once during that boss fight. Frank's the only one here, so he's getting the comm. And I'll pass on that. Oh yeah, that scouting gear is good for Viper when it comes out. You're welcome. You're welcome, Frank. I gotta fix my climbers when I get back into town now. Swords off.
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once.
Otters.
Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by, where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
We would need them transported to Galemo, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time. absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down, hmm?
Fixed it. Not only allow us to the use of tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Garlemald besides. Blessed are we to count Kupal among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Ingrid, for coming to our aid in such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. Quick arm. Till next time. The tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second. Wit, obtaining the blessing of the Iltibar contingent and use the Tower of Babel to channel energy under the moon. Our destination is Camp Brokenglass, where we may present our position to Commander Lucia. Camp Brokenglass. Lucia says, Ignomus, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Void Sin incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking unilateral action. It is no matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Pending is a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. And as you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better than facing a mass invasion by Golbez and his Voidsin hordes, surely. Of course we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet even were we to convey our warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsent with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. They're like the fire that torments this individual. The Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphino and Alize. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? Alright, Paterdium. Alphino. I'm glad to see you, Magnarmus. Ritra explained our present dilemma. It's no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly, and many would be up in arms over it. In the Ilsvard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Again. Well, it seems to me there's not for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns, and perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Senatus, near the Synaculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well. That will leave to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den will have their own opinions. Alphino, if I may drag you along. Tertium, we leave you. We leave to you. You are no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet in Forum Soleus, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. Let's talk to 5 people here. You there. The Tower of Babel? But what's it got to do with the Void Scent? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done so much and more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Alright, that's one yes. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dared to speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions, cut our rations, or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. Go talk to Malleus. Activate the Tower of Babel. Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. That's 2 no's. 1 yes, 2 no. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. Can you see? I can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear. But let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Alright, that's 1 yes and 3 no's. No, stop! No, stop it! The tower is evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. Alright, 1 yes and 4 no's. Gildas is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Oh no, I did. Except for one guy. Magnomus, may I present to you Lord Gnaeus and Medius, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilsabard contingent. As the Alphino and Alizé have yet to arrive, so perhaps we should wait. Doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The Tower is the manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the Imperial family and will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid. And now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we've had enough. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald and all that lies within her bounds is beholden to no one. Government leaders here. Startup government says no. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alphino and Alizé to meet us there. Lord Medius, Lord Gnaeus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Ilsabard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated. And thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardship, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is sorely lacking. In my governance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well, but know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premise should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. If it's settled then, you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tertium. Here it is, Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I am given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted to so much as a glimpse inside. We can consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. Guy named Primus, yes. Not a band name. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Ilsabard contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more of this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, keep it in mind. It is with hearts and minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. Lame joke, there's literally a band called Primus, Frank. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicating they were provided by the Ilsabard contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. Let's talk to Pelagia. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life, what remains of it at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. You recognize the large casks as the very same that you and your comrades used to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Senatus is unclear. Oh. The barrel of oil I carried is here. The barrel of gasoline I carried is here from the last episode. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we wouldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there is no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Much the same as me then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question. What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is that the matter? No, I was just trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant through the Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we propose the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him, they refused to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Gallian assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech material for your own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains. We cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous. But they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame the tensions further, there is naught we can do. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. Equitable arrangement, of course. Well, I do understand the difficulty of your position. As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea. I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Back to Camp Broken Glass. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As Satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Radzat-Han and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Ilzabar contingent, or rather, in a less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more to their already limited autonomy. This is why I wish to present to them with an equitable arrangement. One that would restore them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Radzat-Han been abided in by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish to but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require in return, for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it, you will be duly compensated. Radzat-Han's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares of will. See Garlemald grow wealthy and prosper. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can equitable relationship be forged. It is a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to a sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Radzat-Han were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense of my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be the instrumental in winning over Lord Neas and Metius. By all means, go with them. I have matters well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, and so I too shall hie me to Tertium. A crowd of you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you will do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead focus on discuss the future. As satrap of Rad's at hand, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever. My lord, sooner or later, must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. It is true we do not want for Magitech and Ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merit. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You served the Emperor. You're a proud patriot, and now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant. Like you, I weep for what we have lost, but if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense! Utter nonsense! You are a traitor, Aeneas, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Lord Metius, wait, it isn't safe out there. Maybe he needs his ass beat by one of those rogue robots that he refuses to do anything about. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Mateus. Let us leave matters here in Maximus' care while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Mateus is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch up with him in Regio Urbanissima. I pray he has not come to any harm. Frank, wait for me to get there. Be faster if we kill these together. If there are enemies. Over here. Alright, come on down and land. He's getting his ass beat by a robot. Guess what we want. And it's dead. We won. I'm alive? Yep, such a hard fight.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
It just made it quicker. Kill it with both of us.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless, and I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Suicide.
Aye. So long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Euless, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Why does he look like Michael Keaton?
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, It makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the Magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them, too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone, overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
What are you like?
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
Oops. Why Xenos? Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought. I owe it all to you and Julius. Right then. I expect the others to have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. Four quests remaining. Oh, glad am I to see everyone returned, none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do. Aeneas, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiation solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people at Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Voidson invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their mind. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. Have to say I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in Senetus are here. Ahem, my friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you that on this joyous occasion that we the people of Garlemald have entered into a trade agreement with Radzat-Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Radzat-Han will provide us with supplies that we shall be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade, a bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect, and it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Radzat-Han holds the Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather around to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer others, that validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. It is by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the Aethertake's impending arrival. Once the tower stores have been replenished, we need to wait to Stolla's signal and to channel the energy to the moon, yes? And you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alphino. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand.
Finally, some voice acting.
Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Y'shtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Y'shtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Azdaia from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow great worm.
You would have me go in my true form. Very well. Like our sire, we great worms are capable of traversing the great expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Ashdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping. Will you do this for me?
I don't know how that fit in my pocket, but...
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Ishtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
Alright, to the moon!
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on void sense summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied. The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a void-sent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye, a tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it. We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed. That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
Elephant on Moon is weird. What about this thing on Moon? Is that weird too? Elephants where Frank draws the line, okay. Not everything else. Not the talking rabbits. But the elephant. Now then, the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each of Zodiarc's brands and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling void scent. Yet, though we expect it to be effective against the larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser void scent to slip through. Therefore, we shall require a second line of defense, and I believe the Loporrit supporters would be suitable for this purpose. Briante and Magnarmus, the two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I would have you meet with Livingway and Bestway's Burrow and provide any assistance they require. Yeah, not the lasers, too. I will join you as a void scent my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I will send word that we have finished. Pray do the same. Into Bestway's Burrow. Yeah, and definitely not the moon being a big frickin' spaceship either. Oh, probably upstairs. Oh wait, I can fly here. Elevator up. You are. Istula has apprised me of your present undertaking. That's no moon, it's a space station. You're right. I understand she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case the void scent containment seal proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can, and will bring them to the northeast corner in a short order. Please wait here. Oh, please wait there. Northeast, you say?
dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello
Why do
there,
they have
friends.
bunny ears?
A new person.
Oh, never mind. I
I
know
heard
why.
there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
Inching closer to equal the Moogles. In my opinion, I think
A
they've
welcome
surpassed the
contribution.
Moogles.
Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush! Though we have fulfilled the purpose given to us by Hydaelyn, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always. Right, so, we originally deployed these supporters to patrol the moon and keep it safe. They've never tussled with Voidsent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the
Show zero
ghastly
rabbits
fiends.
do.
Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment. And who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetheris?
I believe I would make a better instructor. Not only have I fought Voidsent, I am one.
Well.
Well, don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
That'll do, that'll do! A defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them
No,
into
rabbits.
Voidsent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Pray forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement...
Oh, please, no.
we just might be able to do it in 2.
Yep, worse than the Moogles. You have now surpassed Moogles.
This I leave to you.
Don't need you. Do this. Emote. Is it? I do hotbar. Hotbar 2. That. Engage, engage! I'm sorry, I was in the midst of... Forgive me, the sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing, but I'll try to keep moving. Marvelous feeling. There's nothing like wild gesticulations of encouragement to fire you up. With you cheering me on, I can do not less than my very best. Last one. Oh, thank you very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. I mean, showing us the proper techniques so we may keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. There, I did it. Why, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks for your encouragement. We shall have the supporters up and running again in no time at all. Pray attend to your remaining busy work, and leave the deployment of our new and improved Void Synth slaughter bots to us.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands. Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
The brands are ready, I presume? Excellent. With the Loporits having deployed their supporters, we are ready to proceed. Let us rejoin Installa post-haste, and prise open our gate under the void. This way, to be closer. Gonna accept the teleport, NG? Oh, or did it not give you that? My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this, all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Alphino and Alizé in the Tower of Battle to channel ether to the moon. Once we have amassed a sufficient amount of energy, Urianger and I shall begin our incantations to open a void gate. If all goes well, a tear will form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brands and put in place the containment seal. That is all. If there are no questions, then let us begin. Here we go.
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are finally complete.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated. But give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
Make it so.
The moment of truth.
Beat me up, Scotty.
By the sisters!
Oriange, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate. A tear is beginning to form. Quickly, activate the brands. Success. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Let's see how well it holds.
What an enormous gate! Lord Golbez will be eager to hear of this. So this is the promised land. The land of boundless ether.
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
I see all proceedeth apace. Remarkable.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
It's incredible, Ishtola. Truly incredible. Oh, what an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
A part is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours. Our success has also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel. The Ascians rejoined reflections to the source by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source, one responsible for such an outcome.
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them. Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Hydaelyn's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures. Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts, we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us. Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
One step closer to fulfilling your dream, eh?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Yeah. Go kick his ass.
Climb upon my back. I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, then together with the Loporrits maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe.
Into the void once more.
And in we go.
This is the moon of the 13th.
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
No void scent. A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
I do not sense my sister. Where could she be? Where?
Steady, Vritra. We've barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
Yes, thou art right. I shall survey the moon from above. The ground I leave to you all.
Alright, survey the area 3 times. Surface of the moon is a grim shade of crimson. Consequence of the flood of darkness, perhaps? No amounts here. How you strain your eyes, you spy no signs of life. In all directions extends this desolate waste without end. Hold your breath in an attempt to catch the faintest noise. Save for the sounds of your comrades, there is nothing. So far you have failed to find any clues of those Dai's whereabouts. Perhaps Zero has noticed something you missed.
The chasm has caught your attention as well.
Ah, that looks promising.
There's some manner of structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I too sense something here. This pit much resembles the Cradle of Darkness on our moon, where Zodiac was once imprisoned. If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths. Strange, though. When Zodiac perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered. But it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or is it something else?
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee. Climb on, my friends. Asdaya is here, within this chasm.
Down we go. I have come to rescue thee.
You were entrusted with Ajdaya's eye, were you not?
What? How? Mitra, wherefore art thou here? Oh, thank goodness. Tis thee, dear sister, truly thee. How long have I dreamed of this moment? That I could have found thee sooner, but I am here now. Let us return home together. The thought filleth me with joy, but I fear it cannot be. Not even a dragon's might can these chains be broken. For they are forged with the very will of the man named Golbards.
So this is indeed Golbez's domain.
Thou keepest company with mortals? I do. They are my stalwart allies, without whom I could not have come this far.
Cease?
Is that so? Then much time hath passed indeed. It doth feel like only yesterday that we were fighting the void-sent hordes of men of Halag, and unleashed on Mericidia. Desperate to save Tiamat, I flew into this lightless world to strike at the heart of the cloud of darkness's forces. But the void sent I slew returned again and again, and before I knew it, the rift betwixt worlds had closed. I was stranded, bereft of strength. Thou didst save the lives of full many, sister. Today we abide in harmony with men, working side by side and forging enduring bonds. Indeed, the course of searching for these, I did cross paths with many a noble mortal, with whom I built a nation of rich diversity. To thee I will show it, my beautiful Radlet. I shall not rest until thou art free. And Golbez found me collapsed, darkness ravaging my wounds, he spoke and said, "It's but a matter of time before you turn, but I have the power to stop it." And he did, for a price. I would remain myself but bound, an everlasting feast for his minions, who supped upon my ether over thousands of years.
What now, then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
If such is thine attempted encouragement, mortal, then thou art graceless as Nidhogg. 'Twas Golbez who did weave this spell, and so his defeat should serve to unravel it. Would it suffice to show of spirit were I to reveal
Now there's a start. So,
what I know of
what
the
can
villain?
you tell us?
Mayhap, in order to sustain the magic, he cannot travel far from this place. He doth prefer to send minions to carry out his will, but on occasion will himself ascend to the moon's surface. And every time without fail, he will visit the same location to the south. Something of import lieth there, doubt not.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
The others have already begun searching for clues. Let us do the same. I'll take charge of this area, if you could see to the south.
Did you find something? A memoria. But whose?
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered. Have you anything to say in your defense?
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. And better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
In death, may your soul find salvation.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
we are all shaped by these dark times more than we would care to admit. I choose to believe that, had these men known peace and plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then. Like so many others. But we will end it.
Otters.
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones. Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriats taken by darkness.
Well, well. A kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
Is that so?
If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust. Such is the way of things, the wisdom of our era.
Yeah, precious few Memoriats remain who cling to the light. Would that we could have won her for over.
We'll make do, old friend. We have accomplished much already, and another person may well have been more of a hindrance than help. Now then, our work here is finished. His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron!
Had another vision of the past, did you? What? I was in it. It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this Memoria is...
So, you have come. You, who would oppose our crusade.
Tranquil.
You. I know you.
Is that so? From the world before, I dare say. 'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form, but to remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions, correct?
And what if I am?
Then, I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Fight with you? More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
I see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes? When first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity.
Taos King.
Speak plainly, jailer.
Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free, to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
The darkness is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
Archer! Smash!
Rise, O Shadow Dragon, and obey! Kill him.
King, Frost, no.
Sister, please.
Damn you!
Do it, Estinian.
Keep our guests occupied.
Save her, I beg thee. Save my sister.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you. Come. Face me.
Rest assured, I need no invitation. What I came to do in the beginning, anyway.
Accursed light. You, who have ever basked in its warmth, could never understand our envy, our agony. You will not deny us our release.
Old rock show indeed. Need 6:15 to get in there. Well, I guess I'll just have to go ahead and do this prematurely. Wow, that was quick. Need just one healer to accept.
Expect no mercy. To destroy you, I shall bring my all to bear. Come, warriors from beyond the rift. If you would oppose our crusade, then come. But know that none shall deny us salvation. This place shall be your tomb. I will free us from the wheel. Where my rime-kissed blades.
Seen this before when Emmett did that before.
I will suffer no obstacles. No matter the foe, I will stay the course. Let lightning surge!
binding pole.
Such is your power. Come forth, my servant of shadow! With abyssal dark and hero blade, I bring my people liberation! You shall know true terror! Dragon, hear me and obey. Crush them! Bathe them in black flame! My meteors will extinguish your light! A raging gale to rend you asunder! Look to the heavens for your doom! You wretch!
Oh, that got us both. Oof.
Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge! A raging gale to rend you asunder! Be gone! Dragon, hear me and obey! Look to the heavens for your doom!
Alright, I'll try it this way again.
Where my Rhine-kick blades! This place shall be your tomb! Crush them! Render unto me your all! My meteors will extinguish your light!
Oh, nice. Healer LB3. Good job, guys.
Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge!
Alright, here comes the things that chase us.
A raging gale to rend you asunder! Be gone!
Oh shit.
Dragon, hear me and obey! Look to the heavens for your doom! Where my Rhine-kissed blades! This place shall be your tomb!
Alright, here comes a rock.
Crush them! Render unto me your all!
Alright, I'm gonna go for the 3, because...
My meteors will extinguish your light! Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge!
I'm the lightning again. Targeted me.
A raging gale to rend you asunder!
This one.
Be gone!
Pointing at us with that. Get away from him, because it's going to immediately do it. Coming after. There we go. now.
Dragon, hear me and obey. My power.
And we got him.
Even my blade. So, this is the limit of my defiance.
Let's see. I'll get my other tank. Anyway, we're out of here. We kicked his ass. Now let's see what happens next. Rockbell.
Are you all right?
Did you predict that ass beating that I gave you? That part
What's
of your plan?
happening?
Yes, it was.
At last, the moment is at hand. You may have bested me, but not quickly enough. Too late will you look to the chasm. You've won the battle, but I win the war.
Stop this. I beg of thee, let her go.
Darkness made manifest once abided in the depths of this abyss, until one day it dispersed in a haze of ether. In the absence of the great flow, that ether has nowhere to return. And so it has coalesced, giving rise to a mighty void scent. Now feast. Feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it. From the convergence of ancient and newborn, an entity without equal shall emerge, one who shall tear down the barrier between worlds. Upon you, who shall deliver us from eternal damnation, I bestow the name of a hero of Eld. Zeromus! Awaken!
No matter how powerful,
A void scent can be sealed in Memoria. Damn it. It's too strong.
Our warding scales may not hold. Not against a void scent born of Zodiac's ether.
We must retreat. Everyone to me.
I will return, sister, and I will save thee, this I swear. We'll get you next. We'll get you Tuesday, you hooligan. Get you Tuesday, you hooligan. Alright, anyway. Made it back safely at last. And final quest of the evening. In light of this development, that we escaped with our lives is an accomplishment unto itself. Yep, Tuesday. That's the next stream day. Would that we could have anticipated Ashdai's yearning to return home could be manipulated in this fashion. Alas, we must now contend with a newborn void sent hell's bent on breaching the rift. And one with such prodigious strength, Zeromus is unlike anything I've ever seen. No name for an ancient hero, as Golbez said. Though none can say if there is even a sliver of truth to the legends. Perhaps Golbez chose it in the hopes that his champion will do that which no one could in the Contra Memoria, save the world. But a true hero would not damn another world to save his own. We're not about to let that happen, but regardless, we need to regroup. Loath though I am to admit it, we are in no state to voice the void sin of Zeromus' might. Ritra, not least of all, in body and mind both, for now, let us return to Rad's at hand and take stock of the situation. Very well. Magnarmus, might I trouble you to head to the Best Ways Bureau and apprise Oriange of the situation? The rest of us shall tend to Ritra's wounds before returning to Rad's at hand. Pray join us and not there anon. Best Ways Burrow. Yes. Need an elevator up? Alright. Ah, Magnarmus, thou art returned. I am pleased to say that it hath been blessedly uneventful in your absence. But more importantly, what of your mission in the Void? Well, things got a little bit more complicated. Heavens forfend that Ashdai should be used to birth a dread void scent born of Zodiac's residual ether. Although we could not have predicted this outcome, there is one small mercy, the void scent containment seal. As we employed the self-same brands that once imprisoned Zodiac in its creation, the seal should serve to hinder Zeromus. Yet, For how long, none can say. For our enemy's strength is unknowable, whilst the barrier was erected in haste. Thou shalt rejoin our comrades anon to deliberate measures, yes? And I shall remain here to maintain my vigil over the seal. If we observe signs of an impending incursion, the rest assured I shall send word without delay. Go well, my friend. Alright, to the Megaduda. Master Magnomus, we've been expecting you. Satrap and your comrades returned earlier. I couldn't help but notice they were in low spirits. I hope it's nothing too serious, but forgive me. You must be eager to join them if you would follow me. We have failed yet again. And we'll get those hooligans on Tuesday. The all is lost moment.
Do you remember Ciriato and Farfarello? The cowardly pair of Voidsent that dwelled in my domain? Ciriato devoured Farfarello, and in so doing he inherited an all-consuming fear of Barbariccia. For as you know, when a Voidsent is devoured, it doesn't simply cease to be. Its soul persists within the devourer. And when a Voidsent dies, all the souls that harbored may break free to become individual entities once more. That is to say, by defeating Zeromus, we may yet save Azdaja. And to make certain that we do, we must remind her of who she is. When the time comes, you must call to her. Call with all your being.
Thy words give me heart, Zero. Thou hast my gratitude.
Then it's settled. Our objective is to defeat Zeromus. While it is unsettling that a Voidsent could be born of Zodiark's ether, its very nature may render it susceptible to the brands that once contained him. Did Urianger have aught to say?
Pretty much.
I see. If the seal may not hold for long, then haste is paramount.
Couldn't we just let it come to the source and strike it down here?
Doing so would consign Azdaja's soul to the ethereal sea. Any attempt to ensure her survival demands that we deal with Zeromus in the 13th.
I could barely go near it. Never mind land a blow. So thick was the shroud of darkness. How do you propose we fight such a foe?
Simple. Against impenetrable darkness, we must wield resplendent light. And it just so happens, there is a world replete with light. The question of how we will harness that light, you may leave to me. With our recent discoveries and proven techniques, as well as the aid of comrades near and far, I have faith that we will find a way. But only if I begin my work at once. Rest up while you can, for there will be much to do when I return.
On Tuesday.
It wouldn't do to be idle while our esteemed sorceress labors tirelessly. I shall be training if you have need of me.
Wait. Allow me to join you. I must become stronger for what lies ahead.
Fine by me. Come on then.
I shall not pass my time wallowing in despair. Using my vessel, I shall attend what preparations I may.
And turn in this quest. Eshdaya is my sister, and long have I dreamed of saving her. If I am to do so, I must be better than I have been. Blessed though I am to have you and your comrades, I cannot well ask you to lift me up every time I doubt and despair creep into my heart. I won't falter again, this I swear. I will hold fast to my conviction, Magnarmus, and I pray that you will stand with me to the last. Yeah, well... we get a meanwhile.
Zeromus is risen, but not yet at full strength. It will take time before the fiend is able to breach the veil. But what is another moment on this long journey I have endured? It remains as fresh as if it were yesterday. Old friend, the memory of your passing and the pain. As I promised you then, I promise you now. They shall sing of Golbez, the hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
Win or you die. Yep. And there we go. We're done. For the evening. Alright guys, thanks for joining. We continue this on Tuesday. And we'll be ready for Dawn Trail. I got two of the same sword. There's my issue. Alright. Looking at battle-wise. Maybe something to do with that. Alright. Anyway, have a good one.